Welcome to this look at a selection of over 24 new mods on Farming Simulator 25 with me, Mr. Sealy P. Ladies and gentlemen, these are mods for Wednesday the 18th of December. We had quite a few, did all the prep, but they dropped quite late, so apologies for the late upload. We've got one update. The refillable IBC tank by Weasel has had an update. Straight on then, we've got, I think it's 24 mods, but there are some packs within those, so we've got a few. We've got some very cool ones, we've got some nice ones making a return again, some that have had a little bit of a tweak from their originals as well, which is very, very cool. So, the Placeable Snowmen 3.14 megabytes download, 6 slots, £50, euros, or dollars each. There are 4, this is by Top Ace 888. You will find them under decorative items and actually under decoration. So decorative. There you go. So our first one is the small one down at the front. If we press R3 for our customization, we've then got medium-sized snowman, medium snowman, big snowman 2. Those are your options. And there they are. Unfortunately, I haven't got any snow, but you know, you never know. So feeling a bit festive with the Christmas pack the other day with the lights and stuff. We've got some snowmen. We might get some other Christmas trees. Who knows? I think we've only got 1 or 2 more days potentially for mods until Giants go on their Christmas break. So we'll see if we get any more Christmassy stuff. That's the Placeable Snowmen by Top Ace 888. Next we've got this. This pack is the Diesel Tank Pack. This by Farmerls. It is 1.87 megabytes, 3 slots each. You'll find these under build mode. Up to the top, he says. Across the containers, there we go. And they are separate. So for 3,800, we've got a 3,500 litre, 4,900, a 5,000 litre. And then for 5,900, 7,500 litre. There's no options for customisation or anything like that on these. And these are ones that you come to and you can then pay to have refilled in various different amounts. So pick on your slider what you want. Click on it. And it will refill. There you go. Those are your 3. That's the Diesel Tank Pack by Farmerls. Next, we've got the Placeable Signs. Now, you have to have the ground very flat. So as you can see, now I saved the game, came out and came back in again, hoping that would sort itself out. But there's a tiny little ridge there. So to place these all out, and this is sort of for, unless if your memory's appalling, or you're doing multiplayer servers, that kind of stuff. There are 187 different signs in this pack. We have got consumables, we've got productions, and we've got materials. Now, weirdly as well, it says they're they're crystal clear, and they're very, very well done with all the new crop types as well. Build mode, back down to decoration, and these are under others. And these are our 3 sections. So we've got consumables, productions, and materials. Now, these said 46 slots originally. And I thought, that can't be right. Surely for the first one, maybe it is. It seems very high for just a sort of a decal on the floor. Anyway, those come down to 2. I'm not going to read them all out. I'm trying to find a spot where they're flat. There we go. And I will press R3 for customize. If you look at the menu top left on sign selection, I'll scroll through. You can either look at the pictures, look at the, whatever they are. But there's loads. Let's say 187. Back to garlic. If I come out of there, go to the next one. Now, these are a little bit smaller, and that's as close as I can zoom in, but as you can see top left, there's all the new stuff with things like cement bags, rope, spinach bags. So all the new stuff is represented, the various different oils, the various different milks, all the new things. So if there are particular places you want things stored or locations for or something like that, you can place them on the ground. And then the final one is our, it says, there we go, that one there. And this is for your vehicles predominantly. It says materials, which is interesting actually. Not vehicles, but R3 again. And you've got all your various different vehicles. So if you want something parked in a particular place on a multiplayer server, you can put one of those down the ground, then there's no dispute over where things should be if you want. They're nice and clear, nicely made, nice and colourful. If that's sort of thing you need to use, there you go. Placeable signs. That's 1.17 megabyte download by Daron. I said the stock count 787. Yeah. Placeable signs. Next, we've got the water distributor, just here. Water distributor is by I think it's Derlo, D3R underscore low, I think it is. 0.53 megabytes download, 2 slots. This you'll find in build mode under factories because it's a production. I'm thinking of the normal water point. Just there. 5 grand, slot count comes down to 1. There was no option for... let's move that over. Yeah, for customization, you can't change the tank colour or anything like that. Anyway, when you bring your water, you tip your water here. I've already taken liberty putting 200,000 litres in. Should at the bottom right, it will say that. We click on our manage production, and we'll go across to there. You can change your output mode, leave it to storing, put it to selling or distributing. If you set it to distributing and turn that on, anything on your map that requires water, this will distribute water out to all of your locations. So you haven't got to keep going to all your greenhouses. Anything that requires water, you can just bring it all to one distribution point. This will hold 500,000 litres and distribute out as you need. Makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it? Nice and straightforward. That's the water distributor by, Derlo, I think it is. Next, we've got the buying silo multi-fruit. Thank you, OmaTana. You have saved my bacon. I always refer to this as buy anything silos, but you can't buy anything. So, buying station multi-fruit by OmaTana, 10.77 megabytes download. These are 4 slots and 5 slots. The first 2 are 5 slots, the rest are 4s. We've got regular and cheap, so we've got 2 of each here. One is standard price and one is cheap. And then if you notice here, we've got 3 different ones. Now all of them do the same products. They're just a different design. So you can buy the same products from each one. I've got different trailers just to show you that all the various different things we can do. So we can do slurry manure. Like I said, that doesn't just do slurry manure, that does everything. All of them will do the same. I need to reiterate that. I don't want people to think you can only get from these. So I'm going to use one trailer. I'll show you what I mean. Base game wheat is 1,500. I'll show you what we can buy from it if you've got a regular trailer. Let's go back to our start. That's because I've got some hay a little while ago, which will make more sense later on. So we start on wheat. We can go through all the various different things that can be purchased here. All the new crop types, which is great. Wood chip, your forage stuff, mineral feeds, fertiliser, seed, lime. There you go, back to wheat. So I'm going to buy wheat, 4,000 litres. That will tell me a price. So 2,426. So that would normally cost me for 4,000 litres 6 grand. So that's cheap anyway. Now that's the standard. So what I'm going to do now is try the cheap. I think I've got them the right way around. We'll find out in a minute, because if it costs more like this one, I've got them the wrong way around. But so I'm going to buy wheat again. Then we'll try something else. I'm just curious to see price-wise generally. Let's get wheat on this one. 1,213, that's definitely cheaper. That's for 4,000 litres. So, as far as buy anything goes, that's good. In-game mineral feed is 1,920 for 1,000 litres, which means it will cost 7,680 to get 4,000 litres. So what I'm going to do, let's go to the next one. And I'll show you what I mean. So, what I said, all the silos do the same thing. So if we click on refill, all the same thing available, they're just a different design for each one. If I go back the other way, until we get to our mineral feed, don't know why I picked that particularly. 4,320, there you go. So cheaper already, but if you go for the cheap version as well, it's sort of half price to standard, then the cheaper is half the price again, which is brilliant. But it doesn't just do your solid state stuff, it will do your water, milk. Interestingly, none of the ones I've come across yet have done goat milk. You can do buffalo milk, which is curious. So if I refill, it says diesel. Oh, that's because I'm on the tractor. That's cool. So I can do diesel, water, herbicides, milk, buffalo milk, liquid fertiliser and water. There we go. Back again. So let's go buffalo milk. I don't want to fill this up because they're loading there. That's quite pricey, but I don't know what buffalo milk sells for. What's that say? 15,000 961. I've got 5,000 litres. Don't know what buffalo milk sells for, actually. Well, let's go to there. Sell point. What's that saying? The dairy, 6,487. Times that by 5. Yeah. So actually, that is a good deal, isn't it? Very good deal. Because I would pick the one thing that's, not a weird price, but you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Sorry this is taking so long. It's just I want to make sure I show everything. I'm going to drive over that so we're not showing diesel. So there you go, slurry and digestate as well. So all the main things, and all of them will do exactly the same stuff, which is very cool. Under build mode, and then we want to go to, up to the top, across to our containers again. It was containers, not tools. There we go. So there's our first one. Each one is 2,000 to buy. There's our buying station standard. That's the cheap version. The next one, that one was that one. Actually, start there. So 2,000. That's your standard. That's your cheap. That's your standard, and then there's the cheap version. That's your standard, and then there's the cheap version, and then that's your standard, and that's your cheap version. So depending on which one you want to go for. Multi-fruit buying stations by OmaTana, very cool. It makes my life so much easier when I'm doing mod reviews, so I can't thank you enough, OmaTana. Right, next we've got the floor plane weighing station by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau, just here. Now, this is the same thing. I saved the game and came back out again, and the sort of the area that's hazard marked out hasn't really shown through on the ground. So it's going to, I suppose, depend on what you place it down. It really shouldn't do, but this is 2.46 megabytes download. It's 11 slots. There is an option to have with or without these barriers down the side if you press R3. This is build mode, and then I think it was tools. That one just there. 95 grand. Actually, I'm going to place it in the grass. Let's see if it makes a difference in the grass. If it does it or not. Let's put it there. So I'll press R3. We can have it with or without those markers. You can kind of see, there you go, you can see it there. Let's do that and that. Oh, right, so it's done it there. Isn't that curious? So on this surface, it didn't show it. So again, be careful what you place it on. I'm glad I tested that because I thought it would do it when the save the game came out. That's what it looks like without. And then when you come across here, up on there, you'll get your weights. So if you're looking for a weighing station, I don't think we can go in this one, can we? No. Nicely made and detailed. It does the job. That's the floor plane weighing station by HR Forst and Fahrzeugbau. Next, we've got the Polish wooden shed, which is this one just here. Very nice and made and detailed. No lighting on this. This is 5.02 megabytes download, 5 slots, 2,500 to buy. It's by Kuhn. This will only place at 90-degree angles. So we want to come across to our sheds. Just there. Why have I think I've put that on the wrong one. Yeah, ignore that 90-degree thing. I think I put it on the wrong shed. Might be the next one. There you go. So there's our full rotation. No options for customization on that. It comes as it is. That's the Polish wooden shed. Next we've got the awning tubers. This might be the one actually. Curious looking one. So awning tubers, 8.02 megabytes download, 6 slots, 29,000 to buy by MA7 Studios. If we come through our gap here, look, I like the fact that's been left wide open. That's for idiots like me who can never remember where the light switches are. There's our light switch and it works very well. This didn't have a customization option on it. Back to build mode and sheds. It's that one just there. Awning tubers. Now this might be the one that was 90 degrees. I think I just put it on the wrong one. Yeah, there you go. So it doesn't have full rotation, just 90-degree placements on that one. No customization options. Again, nice bit of weathering up the top and around the sides. Lighting on it as well. Not too bad. That's the awning tubers by MA7 Studio. Next we have got this one here. This is the garage 18x7. It's by 750 Ti modding. It is 13.67 megabytes download, 18 slots and 30,000 to purchase. Again, back to our sheds. It's that one just there. There was no customization on this one either. Nope. Just as it is. Doors of various different types. You notice that one covers that one, which covers that one. So You can't have them all open at the same time. Pick your doors, whichever ones you want. It's not a workshop, it is just a garage. Light switch was down here on the wall. There you go. Again, nicely made and detailed. I think I'm probably going to stop saying that all the time, aren't I? Because most of them are. What I should do is the other way around. If something's not nicely made and detailed, I'll say, this one's a bit shabby. No, shouldn't really, should I? Anywho, Garage 18x7x750 Ti modding. Next, we've got the Warehouse Small, which is this one here. This is a bale and pallet storage. Now, what's interesting, I say what's interesting about this one, what's interesting is you can't actually go into this one. The bales and pallets store mysteriously inside. I did go over to see if I could open this door, and it doesn't open. There's no option for the door to open or close. This you'll find under silos. Just there, 135,000, this one. So this is 1.74 megabytes download. 14 slots, 135,000 to buy. It's spelled by El Bandito Gur. It does have a customization option. So if we swing that round, it doesn't matter which way round. Press R3. Solar panels, yes or no. But again, doesn't say in the description. At least I don't think it said in the description. I'm pretty sure I double checked it. And it doesn't say here in the menu what you earn from it from the solar panels. No, it doesn't say in the description either. But it will hold 1,000 bales and pallets. So that's your option for customization. Putting in is done here at the front. When you want to take stuff out, click on there. Whatever you want to take out. I've got a mixture of base game stuff. There you go. Your pallet will come out there, which you can then collect and take off and do whatever you want to do with it. That's not liftable, is it? I've got little pallets and bales mod by Yoss to make my life a little bit easier. I think that was one I had previously. Yeah, so I've got a liftable bale, I've got a standard bale, we've got pallets of all sorts in there. So that is your Warehouse Small by El Bandito Gur. Next, we've got the Rudolf Hoermann Silo. It's by MISSYB. And this is a weird one. I'd say a weird one, maybe. We'll see. Sorry. 19.37 megabytes download, as I said, by MISSYB. 32 slots, 92,000 to buy. It does standard crop types, not all crop types, considering how many new crop types. So it's not a multi-fruit silo. It does 800,000 litres of the crop types that it does do. And what it doesn't mention, which is down the end, which we'll get to in just a moment, is bale and pallet storage. Except, I think it's just bale storage. I couldn't get any pallets, any of the new ones. I couldn't get any of the base game ones. And I thought, well, I'll go back to a sort of a standard, not the new ones, maybe tomato pallets. Then I tried seed. I tried a fertilizer bag. It wouldn't take any of those, just bales. So it could just be bale storage. But it's a very large building. We've got offices at the front here with a door that opens. We come in here. The light switch was on the wall, wasn't it? There you go. Lights in the office. Come out into here. So this is our main section, with our legs that run underneath the various different parts. So tipping in is done here. So when we open this main door, this main door is open from the inside, not the outside, as you can see. So putting into the silo is done here. Taking out of the silo is done from this pipe here. These doors can be opened if you want to, but these panels stay as they are because the crops are all stored behind those in 6. It's difficult to see actually. Can't even get up there, can we? Anyway, there are 6 sections there that have the various different crop types. And then we come down to the end, and this is where it gets weird. And unless I've just misread this, but even if I haven't misread it, it's still bonkers. Like I said, I've tried pallets and stuff, I couldn't get it to work. Putting in is done here. Taking out will be done here. Here's our dialog box. So we can pick whatever we want, like that, and they'll come out here, which is great. This says it holds 60,000 items. Now, even if that's 6,000, that's still bonkers. But it says 60,000? I don't think we can have that many. If you put that many in there, you wouldn't be able to get them back out again because the map wouldn't allow you to, would it? Anyway, that being said, curious. Going to our build mode. This one is silos as well, and it is just there. 92 grand, as I said. Yeah, look down. It says on there, under bottom left, where it says Rudolf Hoermann Silo. Down to 2 slots, it says 60,000 pieces. That's absolutely bonkers. Bear with me a second while I just grab a trailer just so I can show you what the crop types... Because I know I said standard, but then people say, well, what do you mean by standard? So just give me a second. Actually, from this angle, you can see the tops of the silos a little bit better now. So as I said, tipping in is done here. I just needed the trailer, so I thought, you know what, let's tip it in there. This has... I didn't show you. It has customization options. There are 15 colours to choose from. I'll show you that in just a moment. I just want to show the crop type. Sorry, I meant to show that when I was in the menu. I got so bamboozled by 60,000. Oh, that's interesting. Where's my pipe gone? There we go. Start filling. So, let's go back. Wheat, corn, barley, soybean, sorghum, canola, oats, sunflower, back to wheat again. So those are your standard crop types it will do. It doesn't do everything, it's not a multi-fruit. Go back into that menu there and click on it. You'll see down at the front section, like it is in the other one, it's got an angle so we can see. Press R3 and we can go into there and we can pick our colour. Anything you want, I'll just go blue this time, there you go. All those sections, all of that changes colour. So that's the... I've lost it on my list. That's the Rudolf Hoermann Silo by MISSYB. Next we have got the Cowbar Big with Lizard Mixfeeder. Now we had this in FS22, I'm sure we did, but this has got some colour options as you can see. So we do have some customisation options for colour. I think this might have solar panels as well, but again it didn't say the price. Now this one is one that's got a robot, a feed mixing robot. And that's all done from the side here. Each one of these is a separate input. So our silage, our wheat, our hay, and then our mineral feed just here. Doors open either end for inputs if you're going to be putting feed and stuff in. Now the light switch I think was the other end. This was the one I'm sure in FS22 as well. I never found the light switch for this middle section, but I found all the other ones, which was always a curiosity. The robot on the hour will come from there, takes from each of those, including mineral feed from the pipe here, then it runs around the side, up here, puts feed in. And I put feed in yesterday, but what's curious is I put everything in that needed to be in here. I doubled the amount of silage because the silage will take more, and the hay's run out. Now there is a note on this one which actually talks about fill planes and fill levels and stuff like that. Due to missing base game possibility to create a fill volume, the shown fill plane in each bunker of the mix feeder doesn't reflect the actual amount given material, and it acts only as a visual thing. So when you're looking in here, the fill plane in this doesn't represent what's in there. But that being said, that one is empty. And if we come up close, bottom right, it is saying that my hay is on 0. So what's weird with that is usually, well, I suppose it does use more hay, but it's absolutely demolished it in one day. That got through all the hay. Anyway, that being said, I'll tip something there in just a moment. So bedding can be done here, or just whole mix ration. If you don't want to mix your own, you don't have to. You can just bring a feed mixer. That was for the door. Where was the light switch? Was that a light switch this end? There you go. Turn on shed lights this bit, but doesn't do the middle bit. We come around the end here. Here's our slurry point, just here. Our milk point is just over here. We do have offices just in here. You can turn the lights on in the office as well. I always came to this bit here thinking this was the light switch, but I could never get it to work. Just the dialogue box, which is weird. So yeah, I never found a light switch. That's not there isn't one. There probably is. I've just missed it. This main section. Dialogue box is here for your animals. This will hold 500 animals. 18.02 megabytes download, 24 slots, 715,000 to buy by Kastor D-S-Agrarservice. Here's our milk bit in here. If I turn on these lights here, it does inside this office or inside the milk parlour, but doesn't do the ones out here. Anyway, all that being said, let's hop over. I've got water buffaloes. I'm going to put some more hay in just to show me tipping some in. I mean, it's fairly straightforward. It kind of makes sense. There's our hay. Tip in there. Jobbity jobbed. And I say on the hour, off it goes, and the feed robot does its thing.
That's the Cowbar Big with Lizard Mixfeeder by Kastor D-S-Agrarservice, which brings you on to next the Wind Turbine Pack by MISSYB 77, 10.21 megabytes download, 4 slots each. And that's these. Small, medium, large, just there. They do turn to face the wind, because when I placed them yesterday, they were all facing this way. So whichever way the wind direction is coming from. Under build mode, if we go to our factory section and across to generators. So just there, 900,000, 1,200, sorry, 900,000, 1.2 million, not 1,200, 1.2 million or 1.5 million. That one will earn you 84,000 a month. That one will earn you 108,000 a month, and that will earn you 120,000 per month. And they're fairly large. But what I like about these is these are the newer design, not the older ones. These are very fancy looking. Certainly a more modern, sleek design wind turbine. There you go. That's quite straightforward. That's by MISSYB 77. Next, we've got these. This is the Quicke HDV 240 by Maxter, 2.49 megabytes download. Under telehandlers and front loaders is where you're going to find these. And the telehandlers, we've got this adapter, and it does say in the description, the adapter will sit flat on the ground like this when you buy it. You just need to adjust your telehandler. This adapter will change telehandler to front loader, so you can use front loader tools with a telehandler. Very nice. It also comes with a bucket that has the option for front loader or telehandler. But like I say, that's the Ruby. That's normally a front loader tool, which I will now be able to use with a telehandler by using that adapter. If we go into here, we go to our telehandler tools. There's our adapter, 400. Not too bad at all. Slot count was 1 on that anyway. If we come out of there and we go to our front loader tools, there it is. And the front loader tools is where you find the HDV 240 bucket. That's 2 slots. 2,000 litre capacity, 2.4 metres wide, and you can have that front loader or telehandler on the settings, so we can pick that up either way. What we'll do, just jump in that, just to show you. So that puts our adapter on, so that bucket next to us will work on anything, but I've got a front loader tool now, and I'm going to hook up on my telehandler. As if by magic, we can now use the Ruby beat cutter on our telehandler. Nice and useful adapter plate with a bonus bucket in the pack. The Quicke HDV 240 by Maxter. Next we've got the Soaring Eagle, which is just over here. I haven't done it to a silo, I've done it to a trailer, but that's fine, you'll get the gist. This, just here, is our Soaring Eagle. This is the SA30 drive over Conveyor by Bcbuhler, 5.45 megabytes download and 5 slots. You will find this under conveyors, belt systems, there we go. Just there, 22 grand. Slot count comes down to 1. 5 horsepower, it has its own engine, but you can drag it. No colour options or anything, you get it just like that. So, you can drag it with pretty much anything. It's got a trailer hitch on the end there. I've just brought it over the Kubota, but whatever you want. And this is designed as a drive over for belly dump trailers. I mean, you can tip with a normal trailer. If you go right to the end, you can tip onto it. That belt then transfers it to a conveyor. So it just makes it easier for belly dumps and stuff like that to put into silos, depending on what other conveyor you've got there. But we access this by going into it to enter it. We start the engine. Now, in the configuration it's in, if I go accelerate or brake, we can swing it. So you can move it around a little bit. You need to be a little bit careful because it does go forwards and backwards, which is interesting. It's just side to side. That front wheel, I can't steer. That front wheel is fixed side to side, which I thought you could change. Anyway, the back one, if I unfold conveyor, it fixes that in place. So if I press it again now, it goes much slower and it will swing round like that. It does say that you can move this between conveyors without having to reattach it, but I can't work out how. That seems to be fixed as far as I can tell. But anyway, that's what it does. The marker either side is for your... Turn that off again. Is for in your lorries. So you can see these little posts here. So you can see in your vehicle where they are when you're approaching. Hopefully this works. not as wide as I remember it being. Should give me the option to tip. There we go. So once our belly dump is over it, there we go. Tips into there, tips into there, tips into there, goes on your conveyor, and then we'll tip into a silo, whatever you're putting into. I'm putting back into the rest of the trailer, but you see how it works. Nice and straightforward. There you go. Does the job. That's the Soaring Eagle SA... Oh, hang on. I showed you where it was, didn't I? Yeah. SA30 drive over conveyor by Bcbuhler. Next. We have this. This is the RAU SPIRAM 3M by Paolo 5090R. The next one is the RAU ONYX, also by Paolo 5090R. This one is 3.79 megabytes download, 3 slots and 3 meters. The next one is 4 slots and 4 meters. The first one is cultivator, second one is a disc harrow. I will show you both in just a moment. So this is our cultivator, and then the RAU ONYX there. There you go, is our disc harrow. Let's go in and have a look, and then we'll see what they do. I don't think we've got a deep and shallow cultivation on either of these. So under our cultivators, just there is the SPIRAM, 2,500, like I said, 3 meters wide, no options, you get it just like that. And we come out of there, we go to our disc harrows. There's our ONYX, 8 grand, 1 slot, 4 meters, or it comes down to 1 slot, 110 horsepower required. License plate option on that, but no colour options, colour changes, anything like that. So what we'll do is hook it up, drop it down. Not a shallow cultivator, as you can see. No options for deep or shallow cultivation. You are cultivating or you're not at 3 meters. There we go. That's the SPIRAM. Oh, that was curious. Raise that up and now drop it. Ah, okay. So when I detached it and it was down, it just sunk into the ground. Raise it up and detach it, it will sit on the ground. Something to be aware of. So hook up to this one. This one needs to be unfolded, which brings out to its 4 meters. This doesn't have any option for any twisting or turning or anything like that. Shallow cultivators, or say disc harrows, are usually shallow cultivators, as you can see. There we go. And I say usually. Again, does the job. Nicely made and detailed. Nice animation in the fold and unfold. Both of those by Paolo 5090R. Next, we have got the Rolmako. We had 2 of these the other day, didn't we? This is the L671? Not L, I'm talking about U. U671 by JMZ. 13.52 megabytes download, 7 slots, 3 meters wide. This has a couple of adjustments on it, actually. This is a disc harrow as well. You probably just saw it actually in the disc harrow section. We'll hook up to it. The JMZ stuff is always, again, there are so many mods now. The quality of mods is just incredible. The level of detail and attention to detail to the real world bits of equipment is staggering. So there we go. There's, yeah, U671, 11 grand, 3 meters wide. We've got options of finger comb, yes or no. No colour options or anything like that. 120 horsepower required to operate it. Now what we do have is, if we fold or unfold disc harrow, puts those discs down there. Then we have got an option here under, is it L1? L1 and right stick side to side, moves that set out. So it kind of matches, you see that side where we unfolded it, it matches it out that side, which brings it to its full width as far as I can tell. And then up and down we can raise and lower that rear section. But what I've found with a lot of the Rolmako stuff is that is what it does in the real world, but in game it doesn't make any difference that I can tell. Shallow cultivation, disc harrow. What I'll do, let's adjust that anyway. No, that goes back. Let's bring that back up again. Yeah, it's a little bit of adjustment there. If I bring that right the way up, it's still going to look the same. But there you go. The Rolmako U671 by JMZ. Next, we have got another one by JMZ, but that's over there. I'm going to jump to this because we're right here by it, so I thought I'd show this next. I've gone out of sequence a little bit, but that's all right. This here. So this is the Lizard SSM FFI. I don't think it's FFL, FFI. This is 22.51 megabytes download. It's a planter, 10 slots, 6.5 meters wide. It has an attacher which is under miscellaneous. That's one slot. It's also a direct drill. This is by Frits. Now, I haven't really said this out loud. I'm sure people have noticed already, but planters and seeders do different things now. Different crop types. If we go into our planters and seeders, and I'll show you what I mean. So under seeders used to do soybean. Obviously, we've got all the new crop types in here as well now. So seeders used to do soybean, and planters would do soybean as well. Seeders would do sorghum. Seeders now don't do sorghum. We come out and then we go to our planters. Our planters do sorghum and soybean, but the seeders don't do soybean anymore. So it's all switched around a little bit. Anyway, this you'll find under planters, because that's what it is. 45 grand. Stock count comes down to 6.5 meters wide. 220 horsepower required. We've got Wheelbarrow and Lizard. We've got Michelin, Mitas, Trelleborg, back to Lizard again. We can change the rim colour, pick a colour, go metallic, go nuts, whatever you want to do. License plate option as well. That's for that. Does seed and fertilise. And if we come down to our miscellaneous section, just here, there we go. There's our attacher that comes with it, 1,200. Has no options, it just comes like that. So, as you can see, our attacher is on the back of the tractor, which attaches to the end of the seeder, which allows for transportation down the road. When we get to our field, let's turn the engine on. We can lower our seeder, which brings it down like that. Then we unfold. Actually, I don't know if we unfold it first, but if we unfold our seeder, it prepares it for the field. Oh no, it does need to be lowered first. So it puts that out, lowers that down to the ground, and puts it like that. Yeah, that's right, isn't it? Yeah. Then we detach from there. Now the thing with this is, I'm pretty sure, I wonder if we can leave that on the end, rather than take it with us. Let's just do that. Yeah, that's going to drag, isn't it? I'm guessing you would have to leave that by the side of the field, but because I don't think we're going to be able to attach with this. Maybe we are. Maybe that's part of the whole process. Let's double check. It doesn't hurt to try, does it? It does. I wasn't expecting that. Okay. So you can attach with that. Do I want to attach with that? Probably not. I'll put this to one side. Sorry, I know. Doesn't hurt to test these things. Because otherwise you run the risk of putting it down, forgetting where you put it. It sits the same height. I thought it might sit at a different height. So, we can open our covers. Like so. For our seed and our fertiliser, as you can see, it holds each. We've got 2,000 litres of seed and 3,450 of solid fertiliser. This is a direct drill, so this field has been harvested but hasn't been cultivated, at least this section hasn't been. We turn this on. Fans kick in, drop it down. And away we go. Planting to our heart's content, 6.5 metres. We're putting green bean in the ground. It does our planter crops because it is a planter. And when we're done, reverse of what we did before, hook up the end, take it down the road. Nicely made and detailed. Nice bit of kit. I like that actually. I do like the tyre choice as well. They look pretty gnarly. That's nice. That's the Lizard SSM FFI by Frits. Next. We've got this. This is the Lizard Multipiel by JMZ. 5.45 megabytes download, 3 slots, 1.5 meters wide. This is a ridger. This is designed for vegetable work. So before you put potatoes and stuff like that in the ground, whatever your crops are, there are some base game ones. This is a double ridger, as you can see. I went for white. Now, what was curious about this? Yeah, it's got wheels. When I changed the colour, it only did one of them. Didn't do the other one. Now, whether that's supposed to be like that, I don't know. but it only changed one of the wheel colours. It didn't matter what colour I chose, the other one stayed red. This you will find under vegetables. So under vegetable planters, that's where it was. Just there, 6 grand. Slot count comes down to 1, 80 horsepower required. Yeah, so we can change the main colour. At the moment it's all red. And if I change that main colour, it doesn't matter what colour I pick. Let's go blue. That stays red for some reason. Don't know why. Is what it is. So what should happen, he says, I put my rows on, just to make life easier. Do we turn it on? We do. Drop it down. So this is a ridge former. There you go. That's now, so I know the field is ploughed already, but this actually forms ridges. What we'll do, we'll turn around and come the other way so you can see, because I'm right on the edge of the field there, so it's only doing one ridge really. Try and get to our next row. Hopefully this doesn't squash down the ridges we've already done. That's curious, isn't it? And that's what it does. It's a ridger. So you see the difference between our ploughed and our ridged. There you go. But the tractor does make a difference when it drives over them. I mean, it doesn't flatten them out completely. So you can ridge before you plough. I mean, to be fair, you can put your vegetables in the ground without ridging. But if you want to go for the full experience, you want to ridge first, which is what you would normally do, and then plant, you absolutely can. That's what that does. That's the Lizard Multipiel by JMZ. It is a ridger. Next, over here, we've got the K-word. This is the Axis 402 by Camelos 0397, 6.05 megabytes download, 4 slots. This it will fertilise all lime. I've put lime in it. What is cool about this as well, as you can see from our contraption, our setup, it does have a rear trailer hitch option. So you can bring a little trailer and you can bring extra bags of lime, fertiliser with you, whatever you want to do. I haven't tried it with leaving that on. I'm going to leave it on and see what happens, because that would make life so much easier if I can just leave the trailer on the back, and then as it starts to empty, you can just refill from your trailer as you're going. I mean, technically in the real world, you'd leave it on the floor, because there's a spinning discs that flicks out your fertiliser. If you really had a trailer on the back across the field, it would hit the trailer, obviously, but I'm just curious to see whether it will work. This you will find under fertiliser spreaders, just there, 16,500. Options on this are varied. We've got a standard tank at 1,400. We've got a 1,900. We've got a 2,700 and a 3,200. That's our maximum. Transport wheels, yes or no, that's for around the yard, but you don't need them, it's up to you. Mud guards on the back, which protect the back of the tractor. We've then got attachers, standard, or a trailer hitch, which is what I went for, which I think is quite cool. We've then got cover, yes or no. If you leave the cover on, we get some cover options. We've got main colour, we can change. Let's go for that, for example. Again, you can go metallics if you want to. Design colour does the top section. Again, like that. Again, pick what you like, metallics if you want. Then you can change your cover colour as well if you want to. I don't know. Let's go pink. There we go. Those are our choices. It will spread to 42 metres. Cover will open and close, and if you've got fertiliser and stuff or wherever you drive past, it will open automatically. So that's our open and close. If we switch to our spreader, we can change our spread width. Where are we? Change work width, there we go. So we're on 42, 36, 30, 21, 18, 15, back to 42. Let's turn it on. So that is spreading lime to 40. So often you find that the lime spreading on any of the spreaders is narrower than the fertiliser. That is liming, and it is doing it with the trailer on the back as well. So as we start to empty, I'm wondering if this is going to work. Let's turn it off. Does it give me the option to refill? Maybe the bag's not close enough. That's curious, because I thought the bag would be. Let's undo the tension straps. So I had a problem with this before, I couldn't lift it up. So let's put that a little bit closer, but that would do it. No, the thing's not opening. That's curious. I thought it would. What if I lower it down? I mean, we're close enough anyway, to be fair, but we've got the back. But as you can see, it will spread, and the fact it does lime out to 42 metres as well. That's pretty cool. I'm liking that a lot. That's the K-word Axis 402 by Camos 0397. Next, we've got this representative of two. These are the Wheelbarrows by JMZ, 2.86 megabytes download, a 300 litre or a 500 litre, one slot each. These you'll find under, I think it's miscellaneous as well, aren't they? I'm saying aren't they? Like someone's going to go, oh yeah, there we go. So for 150 we've got a 300 litre, for 200 we've got the 500 litre. Options of this, main colour. Now this was weird because this didn't allow for metallics. I changed that to, oh, we can have a metallic tub. So I went to customise, went to our glossy, then metallic. It kind of changed, oh, maybe it did a little bit. Just not what I thought. But the wheel, it didn't. Frame, let's change that. That does the frame. Underneath, handles, bottom section. Not handles, but the bottom section. And then wheels, I'll try the same with this. Let's go for a really light colour that we could go metallic with. So we go nice metallic silver. Go to our customise. Everything else has worked when I do this. Yeah, it doesn't change that. But it doesn't matter. It still does what it does. But what's very cool about this as well, if I hop to here, let's jump on. What I love as well, look, is when you run with it. I don't know why, it just made me smile. But anyway, this is one of the Multipiel By silos by OmaTana. So I can come to this and I can start filling. So if you're going to do wheat for chickens, if you're going to do a little bit of top mix ration for cow, you can come and buy it from here. Especially if you do the cheap one, which is what we're on. But you can do anything. It takes pretty much everything, which is pretty cool. Put some carrots in for your rabbits. Well, we haven't got rabbits. Now, there's no option to unload this. You can't just... Why? Again, this is typical, isn't it? I had green beans in here and it wouldn't let me unload them. Maybe it was just the green beans. Oh, it will let me unload. That's right. I put that whole silo in there to show you. So you can unload on the floor if you want to, but you can take it to a tipping point, a sell point, a storage point, and then when you unload, there you go. I love them. I think they're brilliant. Very handy. I say, I think on the farm, for doing stuff like chickens, when you're not doing huge amounts of feed all the time, they're perfect. That's the Wheelbarrows by JMZ. Next, we have got over here the Jungheinrich. This is the EFG 550 2.4 meter. The base game is the 550. This is the 2.4 meter because look at the prongs. Look at our pallet forks. Awesome stuff. 5.88 megabytes download. 11 slots by Jonas 2203. So this you'll find just here. There's our Jungheinrich EFG 550. Same price for the 2.4 meter. So if you want some longer prongs, if that's something you've always wanted, long prongs. So you've got audio warning for reverse or blue spot. You can take your pick, it's up to you. I've gone for audio warning. Decal standard or additional decal on there, which does the evolution of forklift. We've then got beacon light, rotate or blink. I think I went blink. And then main colour, again, go for it. Take your pick. If you've got a bit of flare, and again, if you want to, we can customise that. Go to metallic. Boom. Fancy. That's our Jungheinrich. Oh no, I've already got one. What am I doing? Hop in. Start it up. Horn. Lights. Raise and lower. So we got our width like that. And then if we go, what was it, up and down, we can move our carriage left and right as well. So if we're not quite lined up on something, rather than readjusting the entire thing, we can move our carriage left and right to get a bit of better of adjustment. In cab we sit just slightly left because the controls and stuff are there, so we are a little bit left of the forks if you want to go for that. And then, yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, what I'm going to do is put these right on the end because I'm curious to see. Let's bring those a bit narrower. If we've got weight right on the end, it doesn't seem bothered by it, does it? Let's go and grab something else. I just thought if we have got a double stack on, if we've got a lot of stuff, let's go with these because it tends to be the pallets now. It kind of picks up anything. Doesn't really matter whether you're under the things or not. There we go. So if we can get all of that picked up, whether it's too much weight, no, it's not having any problems at all. So there you go. Extra length on your prongs, carry more stuff, makes life a little bit easier. That's the Jungheinrich EFG 550 2.4 meter by Jonas 2203, which brings us on to the last of the mods for today. Apologies for the sneeze in the background, that's my daughter. She has allergies like me. We've got this. This is the Fendt 900 RAU series by Hans. This is 24.49 megabytes download, 19 slots on console. You'll find this under large Traktoren. Just there, 266,500 for the base model. Slot count comes down to 1. We've got the options of a 40 km per hour, 50 km per hour, or 60 km per hour in each of the horsepowers. So we've got 296 horsepower. Then we got 326 horsepower in all 3 speeds. Then we go up to 355 horsepower in all 3 speeds. Then we go to 385. 415 and back to 296. So 415 horsepower, the highest. We've got Wheelbrand, Trelleborg, Michelin, Continental, Mitas, BKT, Vredestein, Nokian, and back. I'll show you the ones on Trelleborg, but again, pick your tractor tyre choice. There are quite a few to choose from. There's no narrows on these. We've got the Vero grip. Then we go weights, wide tyres with Vero grip, then weights. Then we've got a wide 2, which goes even bigger with Vero grip and weights. Then we've got rear twins, back to standard. All the other tyre companies have various different configurations on that theme. We've got design line, yes or no, which goes for the lighter colours around the exhaust and on the front section. We've got a cooling box, that puts a cooler inside, yes or no. We've got warning signs, yes or no, for the EU look. Beacon lights, left and right or off. Roof terminal, that goes inside, so that puts an extra screen on the inside. Then we've got settings. Now this just changes all the configuration around the joystick, around the terminal and stuff like that for the real life versions. Power Plus setting 2, Profi setting 1, Profi setting 2, Profian setting 1, Profian setting 2, Power End setting 2, we're back to that again. Then we've got main colour, again, pick anything you like, you go for it, including metallics, that's entirely up to you if you want to really change your colour of your Fendt. Rim colour, same thing, if you want to go for a metallic and want it to look, you know, again, you get the idea now, you can pick and choose what you want to do pretty much. And then license plate option on there as well. If we hop in and start this up, sounds nice. We've got, there's our horn, our lights, beacons. Who says beacons? There we go. I went for both. Now we do have under L1, R1, right stick side to side opens and closes the door. Right stick up and down does the rear window. Then left stick side to side does the roof. And we do also have a changed driving direction, which we're going to have a look at in just a second. So from inside, we've got the roof open. There you go. You can see the roof is open. Now, if we change driving direction from inside, this is pretty cool. So let's change driving direction. Love the sounds on that. If we change our lights, look at that. So we've got a kind of low light and a high light version. I like that. That's pretty cool. We can change back, so that's what it looks like from outside, and we can drive reverse. It does sound good. There you go. And back to our standard driving configuration on our Fendt 900 RAU series by Hans. And that's it for the mods for Wednesday the 18th of December. Hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. As always, thanks for watching. Please don't be too